Cook up a beat from scratch for y'all. Show y'all my process. If you haven't, go check out the my podcast I'm dropping every week. Every Sunday, a new episode comes out, so stay tuned for that. Check that out. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. All right, so now that we got the chord progression, I'm gonna add some body to this. Actually, I'm gonna pitch this up an octave. Now we got that. I'm gonna press Alt R, and that's gonna randomize the velocities and make it give it a little bit more real feel. See, the velocities are randomized. I'm gonna do Alt S. That's gonna strum it just a little bit, and I'm gonna copy these bass notes, the root notes, down here, so just to give it more body. So we're gonna go like that. And now you have, let's see what this. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that actually. Alright, so that took a little bit longer than usually. It's 12 minutes. I mean, that's not horrible for like your main melody or whatever. It could have been faster than that, but anyhow. Alright, so that's not too bad. Alright, so here's where you can really kind of add some RC20. What I like to do, take the noise down, bring up the flux and the wow just a little bit, and then bring the wobble down to like 8 or 7% or somewhere around there. Turn on stereo. You don't have to, but I like to do it. Pull up the mix just a little bit. And this right here is like an EQ for basically whatever effect you're adding. So if you're adding space, this is an EQ for space. It's only affecting, see it's at 100 hertz. That's like way low. You don't need reverb down there. So you can pull this up. You really don't need reverb way up here. So you could just like move it in the middle. Do the same with a distortion. Put it on air. And yeah, let's see how that sounds. Alright, so you know we gotta see what it sounds like with gross beat. So let's see if I pitch this up. Ooh, that's actually kind of hard. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all like this better. If I should keep it like this or if I should have just kept it like this. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to record this in Edison. I do this with literally probably 80-90% of my melodies. I record it into Edison. Just so I can try to play with the audio and get different vibes. Alright, so now that we got that, let's bring this right here. And I'm going to move this into its own little mixer channel. I'm going to normalize it. I'm gonna come right here. I don't need that. I just need that. Alright, so now what I'm doing right here is I'm paying attention where I'm thinking about the 808 and where the 808 is gonna go. And I'm not liking this range for an 808. I'm thinking more like if I move this down, if I move it down 4, let's see what that sounds like. Pitch it down 4. Let's see. I'm not really liking that, honestly. I'm not really feeling that. Let's see if we pitch it up too. That's not too bad. What's it sound like? Alright, so if we pitch it up 2, where are we going to be at with the 808? I'm not liking that. Let's see if we pitch it up 4, if we can get away with that. Ooh, yeah. Na 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 na. Alright. I think we can ride with that. Alright, now we're gonna go EQ this again, actually. It might not need it, but we're gonna EQ it again. Like all this little, that right there, you don't need any of that. I add RC20 again just to give it even more of a little feel. But we're not going to click stereo this time. We're going to barely put some wobble on. We're just going to, just like a little extra touch of all this stuff. That's what I do a lot actually. I'll make a melody, I'll put RC20 on it, I'll process it and all that, and then I'll export it into a WAV file, I'll pitch it up or down, and I'll actually put another EQ and another RC20 on it. And let's see how that sounds. Alright, now let's see if we can mess with some gross beat again on this. That sounds pretty cool. Alright, I want to get like a counter melody in here, something else. Really, to me, this only needs one more melody. Like that's really it. That's really all you need. And maybe like one other thing to bring in and bring out. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so it's up 4, down 4. My math sucks. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's bring it down 8, see what that sounds like. See, that could be like an intro. Dun, dun, dun. That's the intro right there. And then whenever it drops, yeah. Alright, so we're figuring that out as we go. I'm also going to put a limiter on this just to compress the piano just a little bit. Move the ceiling up because I don't want the ceiling messing with the piano, obviously. Bring all this down. You don't need that. Just go to the compressor and see where your piano's at. And like you want to control these peaks. So bring the release down because you don't want it to release too long. Put the ratio at like 3 and you can put it like 4, but I like to keep piano. Since the piano, I don't want to bring the ratio too high, and I want to bring this about to where it's barely affecting it, but it's still compressing it a little bit. And you can see when it starts to compress it. That's all I want to do. I just want to add a little bit of compression. Alright, I'm liking how that's sounding. Alright, I like that. So now, I want to add, I got some one shots in here. By the way, if you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure you haven't, but you might have, if you haven't already, I have a free drum kit out right now. It's called the Destiny Drum Kit. And all you have to do is just comment on this video what you learned or what you thought was helpful. Or if you just enjoyed the video. And after that, DM me on Instagram at Coho Beats. And I'll send you the drum kit for free. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go to my one shots. I'm going to go to my one shots right here. Alright, so I just got some simple drums going. I got the two-step hi-hat. I got a rim right here, and right there. And then I got your regular snare where they go. And I'm gonna try to add a kick real quick. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna add this kick right here. show you guys a little sidechain compression trick real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna turn the kick on, and that kick in 808 is just not really hitting how I want it to. So I'm gonna solo the kick. First, I'm gonna do some EQ on the kick. And what you want to do for your kicks a lot of the time, you really want to take out some of this low end you just don't need. And you're probably gonna say like, you really don't hear the difference, but it makes a difference. It really does make a difference in your mix, I believe. So I could be wrong, but I think it makes a difference when you cut out the low end you don't need. I feel like it makes the kick a little bit tighter. Maybe it makes it a little less muddy. But when you do that, it's at 6, and when you EQ it, it brings it up a couple. So just bring it back down to 6. You'll be alright. So now that your kick is sitting at 6, I like to add a little. I have a little preset for kicks right here. I like to put it on maybe like 12%. That's gonna compress it a little bit more, actually. So now let's go to our 808. We're gonna do the same thing to the 808. Basically, we're just gonna take out a little bit of the low end that we don't need necessarily. Like we're gonna take out that much. We don't need all that muddiness right there. We're gonna take that out. And of course, that raised our 808 up, so we're just gonna bring it back down. We're just gonna level it. Maybe add distortion. This already has a built-in distortion, so we might not need it. Yeah, we don't need any extra distortion on this. We're just going to level it to 12. That's where I like to put my 808s. You can put yours at 32 if you want, wherever. 47, 3, 6, whatever. Alright, so now that I got the 808, they're still not hitting together very good though. So I'm going to try, the first thing I'm going to try is I'm going to go into the kick. I'm going to press reverse polarity and see what that does. Okay, that actually fixed a little bit of the problem. Okay, so the thing about reverse polarity, see how this line starts like this and it goes up and it goes down like this? Well, the 808, let's see what, you can't really see which way it's starting, but basically the polarity is going to flip this. So watch what happens when I click this button. It flips the polarity of it. So something about the way this is matching up with the 808 isn't hitting right. So I reverse the polarity and it sounds already a little bit better. Now to make it sound even more better, I'm going to add a sidechain. So I got my kick, I'm clicked on my kick, I right click this, sidechain to this track. I'm going to go to my 808, I'm going to open a limiter. First I'm going to throw up the ceiling because I don't want any of this messing with the 808. I just want the compression side. I'm going to go right here where it says sidechain, right click, press insert 7, that's where my kick is. I'm going to bring the ratio to about 4.1. I'm going to bring down the release because I don't want it to compress it for that long. I just want to compress the 808 really quick when the kick, so the kick can punch through. I don't want to compress the 808 for very long, so I'm going to bring the release down. And let's see how this sounds. That already sounds pretty good. That. I'm gonna leave that like that. Alright, so now let's see. Let's unsolo everything. Now we're just gonna do some leveling. Let me show you guys like a real trick right here. This is like, I feel like this is like a real, this is a really easy way to just get your beats really loud and punchy. I mean, you could call it mastering, but it's really honestly not mastering. It's just a way to get your beats loud really quick. So you have everything leveled pretty good to where it's hitting around 3. So take your EQ and just bring this up like 5 dB. I know it sounds crazy, but just bear with me. So bring your EQ up 5 dB. Good, now you're clipping. Soft clipper. Now you're at 0, and really it can be louder than that. Let's see. You want your melodies to be be somewhere around 12, so that's good. Maybe bring it down just a little bit. Alright, so I like where the melody's at. So I just want to raise the gain of this. I really, okay, I'm going to take off the soft clipper and show you where it's peaking. It's peaking at under 3. I want it to peak almost, I want it to go like through the roof before I put the clipper on. So I'm going to add another EQ. Put like 3 more dB gain. Actually, I'm going to do like 2. And then yes, believe it or not, I'm about to open a fruity limiter on the master. But I'm not, again, I don't want this brick wall ceiling limiter. I don't want it to chop off the sound. I want to round it out with the clipper. So I'm going to move the ceiling up. I'm just going to use the gain in this limiter. I'm going to just move it up 1, and I'm going to touch the saturation just a little bit, and that's really all I'm going to do for this limiter. Alright, so now we're way up here at like 3, right? So we're pretty loud. So I'm gonna bring that bring that saturation down a little bit. It's gonna add a little bit of saturation. It's gonna bring it down to around 0. And then I'm gonna throw the clipper on. And now with the clipper, I'm gonna bring it to 0. So I'm gonna take the post of the clipper. It's actually a little bit above 0, but that's okay. The post is at 83%, and that's fine. So now that I got it right above 0, I'm going to take the threshold, bring it back down, round it out. And there we go. So now that we got that, really the rest is ranging. I mean, I could add a counter melody, but just for the tutorial, I don't feel like I need to add a counter melody for the tutorial's sake. Just so the video is not that long, I'm not gonna go and add a counter melody. I'm just gonna arrange it real quick. So I got my 808, I got my kick over here, got my clap, the hi-hats, little open hat percussion stuff. I'm gonna do like that. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna make this one unique. And I'm gonna, let's see, down an octave from 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so bring this down 8. And that's gonna, I want that to be my intro, and then when it drops, it's gonna be like this. So y'all get the idea. Y'all basically get the idea. I guess just to finish this off, I'm gonna go do maybe some hi-hat rolls, see what we can come up with. So that's all I want to do. I don't want to add anything too crazy. Just something really simple. I'm going to randomize these velocities on these hats a little bit. And there you go.